And I want to begin with President Joe Biden and his speech yesterday. Monday, President Biden delivered an address from the White House commemorating a grim milestone of over 500,000 Americans dying of COVID-19. I want us to take a listen in to the beginning of that speech and what President Biden had to say. Take a listen in.
Each day, I receive a small card in my pocket that I carry with me in my schedule. It shows the number of Americans who have been infected by or died from COVID-19. Today, we mark a truly grim, heartbreaking milestone. 500,071 dead. That's more Americans who have died in 1 year in this pandemic than in World War I, World War II, and the Vietnam War combined. That's more lives lost to this virus than any other nation on earth.
Now, President Biden also said this. He said, we often hear people described as ordinary Americans, but he said there's no such thing. There's nothing ordinary about them. The people we lost were extraordinary. They spanned generations. Born in America, immigrated to America, he continued. And at the event on Monday, it marked 500,000 death toll, comes less than 1 month after Joe Biden took office and held a similar event marking the 400,000 Americans who died during the pandemic. More than 500,000 in this country. We are setting a grim record. It is a global record, but it is one that we should be ashamed of because many of those deaths could have been completely avoided if we had not had a system that encouraged us to go out in the middle of a pandemic and discourage mask wearing. The simplicity and the ignorance, the simple ignorance of this country literally led to the deaths of far more people than ever had to die. More than 28.1 million Americans have been infected, which is another grim American global record. Rebecca and James, Joe Biden does a couple of things really well. And one of those things is to connect with the humanity of people and to the suffering of people. And it's probably rooted in the fact that through his life, he has endured quite a bit of suffering with the loss of his first wife and daughter in a tragic car accident. And so he's been an effective communicator on the issue of the value of these lives. So, I mean, we can go, there's 100 different directions to discuss this in terms of what needs to be done, what is still not being done. But I thought that moment was meaningful because we just simply, that part matters. The humanity, the loss, that part matters. What do you think?
Yes. I think it's interesting that, it's, when he says it, he has to say it the way he does because there seems to be no shock value to the world with the numbers. 500,000. He has to compare it, to the people who lost their lives in the wars to show you, hey, this is a lot of people who are dying from this disease, who have died from this disease and are dying. But it would be interesting to see him blame people, blame our government, and just talk about, hey, because when I wasn't president, we had leadership that forced or wanted to or persuaded people to go out and spend their money and not protect themselves and not stay home while we figured this thing out. Now that I'm president, these are the things that I want to do to make sure we are protecting ourselves. We're staying home. We're distributing money like we should. Yes, I'm always going to go back to that because it's, even though you're saying it and it is a shock for us, even though you're saying it, what else can be done? There are things that can be done, not just giving us the half or a portion of the money that you promised. There are other ways. Other countries stayed home. It was tough for them, I believe, but other countries did it and were able to see this thing through better than we have. We're just getting worse. Governor Cuomo has decided to open up the movie theaters, right? And it's not shocking because here in Atlanta, they opened up the movie theaters. Or I guess they were selling them out so that people can go for like $1. They're trying their best. But Governor Cuomo's opening up the movie theater, and somebody who lived there was on Twitter discussing. He's like, "What Cuomo's trying to kill us." It's just a thing in the system. It's just about, hey, money over y'all, money over people, money over everything.
Yeah,
you guys, we got to save our economy. The government, needs to make sure it's secure. Our people, they come second. They come last. They're not that important. So when I do hear Biden speak about that, it's great. Yes, show us the numbers, help people understand. But at this point, people really don't care, because while you're saying the numbers, while you're telling people to put their mask on, it's been a whole year and we've been doing whatever the hell we wanted to do. So what else? What else?
What are we going to do? What are we going to do to prevent the next 100,000, James? Go ahead, man.
Right. Exactly. And, that's what Joe does good. He gets up there and shows empathy. Excuse me, President Joe Biden. That's what he does good. He gets up there and shows empathy. Let me put some respect on his name.
Yeah.
But, he did that. And, watching that numbers yesterday I cried. I'm not going to lie to you, because I know a lot of people that are part of that number, and just knowing people that are part of something that potentially could have been prevented. And like Rebecca said, the movie theaters here have been open now. A lot of them have closed down because they're not getting any business. Right. But, it's just things that could have been done that could have perhaps saved some of these people. And now at this point, it's a little too late. And that's one thing I want everybody to know. Don't ever get numb to this. I know it's a lot, but don't get numb to it. Never get numb to it. Please just have some compassion and be a human at the end of the day.
You know what's crazy? Not when you say don't get numb to it, it's almost like I hear it. I want to feel that way. But the truth of the matter is we are so desensitized because America is just messed up like that. Yeah. We watch people. We were just screaming Breonna Taylor for a long, long time. George Floyd. I think those were long movements. I was happy that we were able, because we were in a pandemic, we were able to really hone in and focus on that. If it was the time before, like me and Ben were covering people daily and then having to move on. Not that we didn't care, because America really can get you to just be desensitized because they normalize this kind of stuff. And COVID-19 in America seems to be something that they're normalizing, not to put pressure on it, not to make it feel like, damn, this is serious as hell. It's more so like, COVID-19, wear your mask. If you're not going to get the tested, or if you're going to go out, make sure you quarantine. It's not that serious. I mean, when, quarantine means hang around the people it doesn't mean that they're going to get it. That's how it is. I can't lie. We are so desensitized to what this thing really is doing. Like, who it's hurting. Like, even if...
disproportionately hurting Black people, right?
Yeah.
The reason we all know a lot of people in that number, like you said, James, is because, it's been ravaging Black communities, and it's been ravaging poor communities. And Black people are disproportionately poor in this country, so it's a double whammy. Whether you're working class and you're essential workers having to be out in the middle of this pandemic because the government refuses to give us enough money to survive it, or simply by being Black and having disparate health treatment in this country, it has just demolished entire families, right? I mean, every day. The reason, Rebecca, you're so right. In a way, we have to, covering this, we have to allow ourselves to be desensitized to it, because just the number of people that we see dying from this pandemic, combined with the fact that this government still has not done its job to protect the people, as evidenced by the fact that we've lost more people in a single year than all of our major wars combined, all of our wars. Hell, in a minute, we're going to be coming up on Civil War numbers, right? On top of World War I, World War II, and the Vietnam numbers. And the real question is one, do we have any humanity left in this country? Probably not. Can we tap into it? We certainly need to it. But you can't expect us to tap into it and you're still sending us out into this fire called COVID-19. You can't expect us to actually have a level of concern when the government has intentionally sold individualism, like every man for himself. Like, we're driving to go pick up our Nana, and his entire family just came into the gas station, no mask, no concern, no regard. No, I mean, it's a level of selfishness that is at the core of this country that has been one of the number one destroying factors or contributing factors of COVID-19 spread the way it is. So it's hard, Rebecca, you're absolutely right. It's hard to have the level of empathy that we need, because if we did, I don't know if folks understand, if we actually showed compassion and empathy for every one of those people who passed away, and then we look at this government, at what they haven't done, that empathy very quickly turns into an unimaginable rage at this system. So it's like we have to compartmentalize it, lest we march up the steps of the Capitol burning an American flag because America has burned us. That's all. Sorry.
And, to that point, we have people, how you discussed the disproportionate numbers when it comes to Black people, Black and brown people, and COVID-19. We have people like Meghan McCain, who is literally demanding that she get the COVID-19 test first because of her job. So on Monday's episode of The View, Meghan McCain, the co-host and daughter of former Senator John McCain, lamented the fact that I, Meghan McCain, co-host of The View, don't know when or how I will be able to get a vaccine. Let's take a look.
The idea that I can get vaccinated and I won't be able to see friends and nothing in life changes and that we're going to have to wear masks forever. I don't understand the downplaying of getting the vaccine, because right now we should be wanting as many Americans as possible to get a vaccine. The fact that I, Meghan McCain, co-host of The View, I don't know when or how I will be able to get a vaccine, because the rollout for my age range and my health is so nebulous. I have no idea when and how I can get it. I want to get it. If you call me at 3 o'clock in the morning, I will go any place at any time to get it. I want to be responsible and obviously wait my turn. But this rollout has been a disaster. And I understand, obviously, President Trump can take much of the blame. But now we're in the Biden administration. I, for one, would like something to look forward to and to hope for. Because if getting the vaccine means that just nothing changes and we have to wait another few years till everyone gets it, there's already a lot of people not getting it. We're already having a messaging problem getting people to take this vaccine. So I'm over Dr. Fauci.
So I want to be clear, like what she said isn't crazy wrong, right? We all literally want people to get the vaccine, right? And now we have Joe Biden. We are, because he made that promise that he wanted to get, I guess, in his first month. What was the number?
I missed the number, but yeah, he's
a certain amount of people vaccinated. And so, yes, Meghan McCain. But the fact that you have to throw in Meghan McCain, co-host of The View.
I'm surprised she didn't blame her dad.
Right. Daughter of
yes, there it is. Do it.
See, so but no, here's the thing though. It's like when I hear her say that, I just hear me, a damn white woman in America, did not get the damn vaccine. How?
That's exactly what I hear.
A rich white woman in America.
Yeah, a rich white woman.
As daughter of John McCain, a war hero, deserves
princess. Princess Meghan McCain. I come from a family of structure, right wing.
Here's the thing, though, Meghan. Like real talk. Benjamin Dixon, host of Like It or Not, with my kids and my age group and my relative health, I don't expect to get this vaccine till about September. So sit down and wait in line and let everybody else who needs to get it, the essential workers, let them get it, and stop centering yourself. You so rich, you can just stay at home and make your money from. Man, somebody get her off TV. Why is she even on TV anymore?
Because cancel culture is not real. Because cancel culture is not real. Because if they were, she would have been canceled a long time ago. And she's supported by all these right wing folks. So everything that comes out of her mouth, we know how it is. It's like everything that comes out of her mouth is Bible to those people. And Rebecca Azor, a product of immigrant parents, deserve. I deserve, word to Mama D, I deserve the vaccine first, right? My mom, literally, she takes care of old folks in the old home, in the old folks home. Daddy's over here still building buildings and stuff, construction worker. Run me my vaccine. Is that how I should be speaking? Run me my vaccine right now.
James, how would you declare that you deserve the vaccine? Do it for us, James.
Hey, it's Sleepy Joe. Can I get that vaccine, shawty? Cause Shawty, I need that. I'm trying to go to the club in the movie theater, Shawty. Can I get that? Sleepy Joe.
I didn't expect DeKalb County to come straight up. Fulton County to come straight up. That's good. Hey, shout it. Look. Hey, for real. But they got these mass vaccination locations open in Georgia, right? Where you're supposed to be able to drive through, and they're just supposed to. Are y'all thinking about trying one of those? Because I mean,
I did the pre-registration for it, so I'm in there, and I did the pre-registration for my parents because they are up there in age, and they're at that level where they can get that first round. But now it's not a point of they're pushing the rhetoric of go get the vaccination.
Right?
How the hell we gonna get it, and we ain't got none of them.
Right.
There are no shipments. So we're still waiting. Now it's just like this never-ending waiting list for them to get their vaccination. But I went on and signed my parents up so they can just go ahead and get it. Because after mom got it, I don't want nobody else to get it. Can't deal with it.
Yes.
Right. Nope.
Yes.
Right. Nah, it's next level. And go ahead, Rebecca, because it's just I've been trying to lay low for a year. So Meghan can get in line and just be patient with the rest of us.
And be patient.
Yeah. I didn't want the vaccine in the beginning. But I want to go outside just because y'all don't like you guys are not trying to play fair. I want to get back out in the streets. Okay. And I may never hug people the same way I used to. I may never love on people, but I want to go dance compa. I need to go dance. That's what makes me happy. I need to be out there with my Haitian folks on the dance floor. Got, a bottle in my hand, not a cup, because I need to have a bottle in my hand.
I'm about to say a whole bottle.
The whole bottle. I need to go out and enjoy. So yes, let's wait. However we have to wait to get vaccinated. But Meghan McCain, please don't feel like just because you're the co-host of The View, you deserve to get it first. There's nothing essential about what you do.
I got one thing to say, but you got to repeat what you said again, Rebecca. Meghan McCain, there is what? Nothing
essential about what you do.
And I know one thing. Put that on a t-shirt. Somebody tweet that out. Meghan McCain, there is nothing essential about what you do. And y'all make sure y'all credit Rebecca Azor for that. That said, I swear on God, if that woman, that privileged, elitist, white, conservative, low-key dog whistle from a dog whistle generation woman gets that vaccine before essential workers, we need to burn something down. I don't care how privileged you are. Get it to the essential workers first, and then get yourself in line like the rest of us. So, anyway, Meghan McCain, there's nothing essential about what you do.